I bet you're wondering how I got this badge, fire department badge on. It might have something to do with that car seat in there. Well, that's what this video is all about. Installing a car seat properly, fire department approved. If that's what you want to watch, check it out. I'm at my local fire department, and there's 3 different fire departments in the town where my mother lives. And the guy here was very nice, and I just rang the doorbell over there, and he checked with somebody else, and I have to go over to another fire station. And interestingly enough, he said, yeah, there's only a couple of us that are certified to put in baby seats. They had to go to a 40-hour training in order to be certified to install baby seats. Did you know that? So next time you get a baby seat and you want to put it in your car, think about that. Take it to your local fire department and they'll do it for free. Man, the thing I'm wondering is if it takes a fire department guy 40 hours to go through a class to be certified to install a baby seat, how on earth are you expected to do it on your own? You know, here's the little baby seat here. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So I'm going to take all the guesswork out of it and take it over to the other fire department, and the guy's gonna put it in for me. Ah, nice. I told you I was coming to the fire department. I'm at my mother's local fire department, and I've got Billy here. He's gonna put this in for me. Thank you very much, Billy.
You bet. Hello.
And I found it interesting. I told him, I said, if it took you, he said it took him 40 hours to go to a class, right?
Correct.
40 hours, and I said, how is a regular homeowner supposed to be able to figure this out? And what was your answer? 70%?
The statistics are around 70% of car seats are installed incorrectly or not exactly per manufacturer's recommendations.
Okay.
Sometimes it's not a huge thing that is incorrect with the install. Sometimes it is. So, but there's so many different car makers and so many different car seat makers, and every child car seat is different. Every car seat in the vehicles themselves are different.
Right.
That truly, there's so many different variables that it's hard to get them in right every time. So
yeah. So I'm glad I'm over here. I wasn't even thinking about coming to the fire department before until my cousin, she said, oh, go to your local fire department. They'll put it in for you. That's what they get trained to do. So I'm glad I'm here, and lo and behold, there was only like two people who were qualified to do this, and I found one who's willing and able to do it today. So thanks very much.
all right.
Hey dude, before I leave here, do you think I could get up there and sit there with the hat on? I've never done that when I was a kid.
We might even have a sticker for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
All right, so we have a 3-year-old going in here, correct?
Yep.
So at 3 years old, the new recommendation, the California law says kids have to ride rear facing until they're 1 year and 20 pounds. The recommendation that pretty much every group that can have an opinion about car seats and whatnot is going with is try to keep kids rear facing until they're 2 years old. So a 3-year-old can be turned around forward facing, so that's how we'll do the install. There's 2 different ways the seat can be put in. It can be put in with the latch system, which stands for lower anchors and tethers. And what that is these little belts that are built into the car seat. And then there's some built-in connection points for those in the seat itself, so I'll show you where those are at.
Oh, okay.
The reason, whether it's put in with the latch system or with the seat belt itself, it's equally as safe as long as it's done right every time. Where the latch system came about is car seats weren't being put in correctly with the seat belts. So the car seat makers and the car makers got together years ago and said, how can we make this easier for everyone? That's where they came up with the latch system. It's real simple. You just clip the clips on, you pull it tight, you get your angle right with the little dial on the side here.
Yeah, I saw that. There's a little level right there.
Yep. And you should be good to go. So,
all right.
I'll show you both ways to do it in case you ever need to do it either way. So,
nice.
We'll start with the seat belt. On the side of the seat here, it'll show you. So this seat goes both forward facing and rear facing. And they kind of put the little labels in there, so which belt path is for which direction we're going. So we're going forward facing, so we'll use all the orange labels here.
Oh, cool.
If you ever have any questions, all your heights and weights and all that stuff is also stamped on the side of the seat. And then on the back of the seat here, every car seat has a little manufacturer sticker, because when it was made, the model number, all that good stuff. Any recall information will correlate back to these numbers. And they typically have the expiration date on them as well. Car seats are only good for about 7 years from their date of manufacture. You figure they sit in the vehicle in the hot sun, it just takes its toll on them. They're only plastic and styrofoam, they only last so long. So just something to keep an eye out for. So going with this, using the seat belt method, the belt's gonna go through this forward facing belt path. The only tricky part with the seat belts is
we're getting the full gambit here. I didn't even know he was going to be willing to do this all on video, so you're in luck.
So once that belt was ran through the car seat, and I'll show you all that, this belt by itself is never going to lock and get tight. That car seat's always going to want to move around. If you pull the belt all the way out, when it goes back in, it kind of makes that ratcheting sound. That locks the seat belt. So what we've done by pulling that belt all the way out is it switches the retractor basically into car seat mode, so that once you put this through the car seat and get it all snug, it's going to hold that car seat tight. So I'll show you how to do that with the car seat real quick.
He's pretty versed with this one because he said he's got this very same one at his house or in his car.
I do.
You do.
All right.
So he's just attaching it on the other side. Okay.
So we just hook it in, kind of get everything where it needs to be. And you see that belt's still loose because we haven't pulled it all the way out yet.
Yep.
So we just pull it all the way out, feed it back in. And then it's just a matter of kind of getting weight on this car seat to compress it down into the cushion, and then just pull this belt tight, feed everything back in.
Oh, tricky.
And it gets nice and snug.
Wow, nice.
So as far as tightness, what we're looking for is you don't want more than 1 inch of movement from side to side at the belt path. So if you grab the car seat right here, it's not going anywhere. So that's plenty tight right there. The only other thing with the install is when car seats are forward facing, they always need to use the tether strap, which is behind the seat. I didn't take it out. And that'll go behind the seat and hook on. There'll be an anchor point back below there. And that just prevents, if you were in a forward impact collision, kind of prevents the seat from wanting to fly forward with the weight of the child and everything in there is what that's for. So that's the seatbelt. Any questions about the seatbelt?
Nope.
Okay.
So that one seatbelt will hook up the whole thing.
That one
You
seatbelt
don't have to hook the.
and this tether strap. The tether strap is always used whether you're using the seat belt or the latch strap, but you never use the latch and the seat belt together. It's one or the other. So right now this is set up for rear facing, so I'll just have to switch this belt over to the other slot there. So it's just a matter of pulling it back out, feeding it back through. Just kind of make sure there's no twist or anything in it. Make sure everything's lying flat in there, and you're good to go. You gave me this clip when you came in.
Yeah.
What this is for, very few vehicles, the seat belt retractor doesn't switch over like I showed you. And this clip is actually you lock it onto the seat belt, and it'll bind those two belts together so you can get it to lock, is what that's for. So your vehicle doesn't need this, but they make this little clip in there so it's always with the seat, so if you ever switch to a vehicle that does need it, it's always there.
Oh, okay.
And then when we're done, I'll take your instruction booklet and it'll be right here, so it's
nice.
always with the car seat as well.
Nice.
So, all right. So this is the tether strap that I got out here. So let's kind of get that out because we're going to use that in a little bit. Everything is good there. if you can see in there's that little black
Yeah.
bar right there.
Yeah.
And then you see the little button on the seat.
Uh-huh.
So those are our lower anchors for our latch strap.
Okay, I always wondered what that was for.
That's what it's for. So in a minivan like this, you'll find it in all the rear seats. In some compact cars, there's a certain spacing that they need to be spaced in the seats. So you're not going to find them in, you know, a Honda Civic. They're not going to be on all three positions. It's typically just the outboard seats. So if you read the owner's manual, it'll tell you. So when these clip on, you just want to make sure that the hook goes down. We're not hooking it up like that.
Right.
Other than that, that's really the only trick with it. Clip it right on there. You can usually hear it click.
Uh-huh.
So before I pull it tight, I'll just kind of make sure this tether strap is out where I want it. I'm gonna slip it between the headrest here. It just kind of makes for a
Okay.
smoother installation there.
So where are you clipping that on?
Typically on the back of the seat underneath, there's a that same little bar kind of clip would be back underneath. All vehicles are different, so it's just kind of a matter of looking at the owner's manual and finding where it's at. All right, so I'm just gonna let that sit there for right now while I tighten up the lower anchors. So same thing as the seat belt, it's just getting weight on here to compress it down while pulling the belt tight. This one tightens from this other side.
Okay, yeah, I saw you. It was just a little strap.
Yep, just
you pulled
pull it tight. To release it, there's a little buckle. If you kind of flip it over, it'll release the tension off there so you can get it out. But same thing, grab at the belt path. It's not going anywhere, so that's plenty tight, just like that.
Okay.
So we'll come around here to the back.
Did you hear him? Most fire departments will take your kids through a tour. If you got any questions about that, check your local fire department out. Hey, the window. That's all I got for this time, and I'll be back with more videos.
Oh,
It's not working.
it must have to be running. Hang on,